Hey buddies, Mr. Pugly here coming at you with an Overwatch 2 video. Today we're going to be going over every single item that Junker Queen has on release for Overwatch 2. We're going to be looking at her skins, emotes, and everything else that I can think of, as well in the future looking at Kiriko and Sojourn new items as well. If you're interested in that, there'll be a link on the top right or even in the comments or description. But before we get into the meat and potatoes of this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and follow me on Twitch in the top right. You have no idea how much helps me out. And let's get into the video.
Legendary? Whoa! No way, dude!
We all know that Junker Queen's default skin looks like this.
Boring!
I'm only just noticing this now, but it looks like she has Omnic face, hand, and another Omnic face as like head and knee guard or shoulder guards. And I think that's super cool. I never really noticed that before. But if you guys aren't aware, this is what her axe looks like. I'll hide the UI as well. Her gun and then her jagged knife, which is that pull ability that she has. But next, let's go over her first 4 rare skins. When we go over the rare skins, I won't be looking at the weapons for every single skin unless we're doing a legendary or epic. So when we go into a rare skin, like the first one, Acnium, I think that's called Acnium. We're not going to be looking at the weapons despite Acnium being like a great axe. I'm just saying this axe looks so much better than the original. Anyway, look at the character. Acnium is actually a really good rare skin. I know it's just a recolor. All recolors are pretty much, bland, not really too special, but I really like the pink hair on this character. Junker Queen, I think it really suits her despite her tough personality. And I'll be honest, I think that this is my favorite rare skin on her. Next, we can go to Plutonium, which is pretty bland in my opinion.
It's awful.
It's a lot of gray colors, lots of whites, not a lot to really look at. It's one of the least appealing skins in her, I guess, entire collection of skins. I think her original outfit is a lot better than this one, so I would never equip this. Radium looks really nice. The green is nice, but the clothes weren't really changed at all. Like, once again, Acnium changes a lot of the color and core dynamic on her clothes, so it makes her really stand out. So Radium doesn't really do much for me, and Uranium looks decent. It has some bright colors, which is great, but I can't get over the purple hair on Acnium, so those are the rare skins. Now let's get into the juicy stuff where we go to Beast Hunter.
This is where the fun begins.
You can only get this in the tier 40 of the battle pass, but it comes with a nice leopard print on her outfit, and she has nice jaws on her shoulder blade and her knee guard, which is super cool, as well as having some nice white recoloring on her weapons to make it look more like bone, which is really cool. Overall, honestly, everything else besides what I just said is pretty basic. The weapon looks awesome. I will say the axe is really appealing. Once again, the white accents on the weapons look more like bone, which is fun, but overall, it's not my favorite epic skin in the game. It's definitely does the job well. It's an epic skin, I would definitely use it just because of these bone, shoulder blade, and knee blade, but it's nothing to write home about. Next, we have Punker Queen, which looks awesome. I love Punker Queen. It keeps the same Omnic head pieces here and the Omnic hand, but it just gives her these amazingly glowing red eyes. It just makes her eyes really stand out. I'm not really sure. I knew she always had red eyes, but when I look at this character's skin here, it really makes me gravitate towards her eyes, which is very interesting to me. And she has nice leggings, which is a huge appeal to some people. I know who you are. It has a decent amount of bright colors that's really appealing to the human eye.
Damn, boy, he's thick!
You can really see, and the the checkered right here is really nice. Obviously this.
Well, you just knew that was gonna happen!
Her weapons look amazing, really nice gothic theme. Her scattered gun looks amazing. It just lots of vibrant colors on this one. Also a lot more appealing than Battle Pass skin. Honestly, it feels odd that the Battle Pass skin doesn't look as good as an item you can just buy with legacy credits, which is a bit odd to me. I feel like they should probably put the most appealing thing on the Battle Pass, but maybe the reason why they put this one on the Battle Pass is because they changed her knee and shoulder guard, but I digress. Next, let's go on to a legendary by the name of Wastelander. Wastelander, once again, keeps a Omnic face on her knee, but now she has some jagged spikes on her shoulder, which is really nice. And this piece right here kind of makes me think of a headband from Naruto. I'm not sure if that was intentional, if they're getting some inspirations from that. But for a legendary skin, and I guess her first legendary skin and only legendary skin besides Circuit Breaker, that we'll get to a little bit, it doesn't really do much for me. It honestly doesn't look that great. Like it doesn't make me want to purchase it. Her weapon right here looks like pieces of scrap, which is really cool, like the road sign here and this piece of metal, which is really appealing. Overall, it's gonna make you look really cool when you're playing first person, and I guess maybe that's the appeal that they wanted for a legendary skin. But but when I'm looking at the character, I don't feel like, oh wow, this is like a legendary skin. It feels kind of bland, honestly. Also, I notice here she has Omnic face on her belt line, which normally she doesn't, which is pretty cool. And then Circuit Breaker is a little bit more of the same. I will say this Circuit Breaker skin is a lot more appealing graphic wise because it has some bright green. Everyone loves like a bright color in black, like Carbon Fiber Genji in the past of Overwatch always looks good. So I mean, you can't really go wrong with this. It looks nice, but once again, it doesn't make me think like, wow, this is amazing. Unfortunate for first legendary skin for Junker Queen. Here's Carnage, Scattergun, and Jagged Blade. Once again, best skin I feel like in the entire selection for Junker Queen. Of course, this is my opinion, obviously, is Junker Queen. It has everything I want. This looks more like a legendary, even though it doesn't have anything that's dynamically different. It just feels more like a legendary than the other ones just because it looks more appealing, which feels a bit weird to say. Like, I guess these legendaries don't change enough about her character model to really feel like a worthy legendary, which is a bit of a shame. This is one of their brand new characters for Overwatch and a very anticipated character for a long time, at least for me, because we've heard her in lore and in the voice of Junkertown for a long time, so a bit disappointing. Next, let's move on to her emotes. This is her heroic emote. I'm going to get rid of the HUD. She kind of just does a bland stance. Like most heroic emotes don't really do much, so let's move on to a more exciting one. Hopefully, I haven't seen any of these, so these are all new to me. Here's Cheer. I'm very familiar of this emote from her trailer, so I really like the laughing noises. That's fun. Some emotes do in the game don't have any noise associated with it, so I do appreciate them adding like some actual voice tracks here, which is nice. Next we have How. Oh my god, she's very an imposing character. I love that about her. Like, she has so much personality like coming out of her pores, and this, like, if you look at this emote alone, you can get a ton about her personality. She's a super stern character, but she's not afraid to have fun, which is super fun about her. That's like one of my favorite things about Junker Queen so far. This is like the perfect emote, in my opinion. This is so fun. Next, let's go to Sharpen. Okay, so this is probably her sit down emote. Let's see if she gets back up automatically. A long emote has lots of different frames. I do like the fact, if I move her around over here, we can see her axe in the ground. That's really fun. Yeah, it's her sit down emote. That's fun. Everyone loves a sit down emote. I do like idle animations, so this is a fun little thing you can do to maybe hide in a bush, but nothing too exciting. Next we have Taunt. Honestly, feels a lot more bland. Like the other things feel more like a taunt, in my opinion. Like, I'd be more mad if someone was doing this in front of me than this, honestly. And I know this is more of a direct taunt because people like pound their chest to taunt, but I don't know, this isn't really exciting for me. I would never buy this personally. Definitely How's the best emote. This is golden. I love this. I love this about her. The pause, absolutely amazing. Next, let's move on to her victory poses. So this is her heroic, which is the default. Very, you know, most heroic poses, like default victory poses, are very bland. So let's move on to something more exciting. Arms open. This is more of like a come at me, bro. Come at me then! Come at me, yeah! I know that's super old to say, and I feel kind of cringe saying that. But this is very nice. I like that. I like that it has some moving parts as well. That's fun. Her slowly moving her arms. Next, let's go to relaxing. Relaxing, if you had a legendary or a skin that had like an amazing axe, like we had with that one legendary skin with the cool little axe, but the rest of her skin was kind of meh, this would be a great way to like show off your axe. Or even if you had a golden like weapon, this would be a great way to show it off. This is really. And then Sharpen, a reused asset for a victory pose, feels a bit weird. Overwatch 2 was in production for a long time. It feels weird that we're reusing assets already. That's okay. And then we have Crowned, which is very cool. We have I wish I could zoom in here. I could probably do it in the post edit, but we have a stylized crown here. I think this crown might have been in the trailer for Junker Queen. I think this is like the crown that the original Junker King had, and she took it from her, but maybe this is just a completely new crown. But a very nice pose. I guess there's no point in rotating it since you never see it in any other angle besides this angle, but I digress. Let's move on to some voice line. This is her default. I was born to rule. This kind of nice. I could see it being decently spammable maybe. I'm going to judge these based on spam because I'll be honest, I'd never use voice lines as like a way to like communicate or like do something or BM, or I guess spamming voice lines is BMing, but I'm going to rate these based on how spammable they are, or I guess just decently cool to say. I could hear people going to I like spamming that. And next one is going to be bow down. I could see people being really cucky with this and just using it after an elimination. That's kind of fun. Okay, cool. Nothing like really exciting, I'll be honest. Nothing like too spammable or too like funny or like too like, oh my god, this is amazing. So far, these are kind of bland in my opinion. I love that. Like I could see someone using that like in the lobby a lot. That's a fun one. I'm gonna buy that. That's fun. Good on ya. That's, you know, Australian stuff. It's kind of basic. Decent. I could see that being in her default when you're on fire. So it feels weird to see this in the voice line, but that's fun. Well, that one definitely shows some personality for Junker Queen. I love that. Hold on, we gotta listen to that one more time. I love that. I'll be honest, I'm gonna buy that. I'm very happy with that. I love that voice line. How come she's not saying it now? There we go. Next is Nice to Meet You. Nice little pun. Oh, there's a laughter at the end. I like that. I like that one a lot too. I would buy it, but I want to save some of my legacy credits for some of the random skins we get for the other characters. Next, let's go to Let's Go. That's fun. I love that. I love a character that has a lot of energy, and Junker Queen has so much energy, and none of these voice lines felt like that energy that she shows when she's like moving around, and this like really emphasizes it. I love that. And it really makes me think of Junkrat. That's fun. I like that a lot. I love that. Like, I wish the line was just numpties and I could spam that. If that was at the beginning, that'd be a lot more fun to spam. Alright, and then the next one I've heard before because I did the Battle Pass thing, but this is a Battle Pass exclusive voice line, which is very spammable in my opinion. I could really hear someone doing this. Oh, it doesn't let you spam it in the menu? Like just the ooh part, I could really spam that. That's fun. I know this is a lame way to rate some voice lines, but let's move on to some sprays. So Junker Queen's specific sprays are Come Here Gracie. I'm not really sure what Gracie refers to. Maybe that's related to her lore. But we have Golden Crown, which is very cool looking. We have, once again, Gracie. This must be an important character. I feel like I'm lost. If you guys know who Gracie is, please tell me in the comments. Once again, there's always a silhouette for one of these characters. It's very nice. Got Jagged Blade. That's nice. That's very nice. Knife or Omnic. That's awesome. That's my favorite so far. I love that. How much does it cost to unlock one of these? 100. Yo, I'm not spending 100 legacy on one of these. Get out of here. Throne, thumbs down, very nice, and trophy. I was kind of thinking that trophy was like this because this is a common spray for everyone. Oh! We'll be back. What I wanted to say was it kind of looks like a default spray. I'll freeze frame it on the screen right here so you guys still see it. Kind of looks like a default spray, like Omnic Crisis or whatever the one was just called, but it's actually unique. That metal one is unique to Junker Queen. But we'll be right back, I guess. So the game didn't let me back in for like an hour and a half. I'm not really sure what the dealio was with that, but now let's move on to the highlight intros. So of course the highlight intro right here, I'm actually gonna remove my face real quick so you can actually see these in high definition. So basic heroic, it's basically like the default victory pose. Next, let's go into Come Here. That looks awesome, let's rewatch that. I love that, that is so cool. I like that she throws her axe and then retrieves it into you instead of her dagger, I guess sort of like how she does in her cinematic trailer. So I guess maybe potentially they wanted that to be her knife ability instead of being her axe, or her Khmer ability with the knife potentially might have been with the axe at first. Next, let's move over to that page. Yo, listen close so you can hear music. Yo, I never noticed. I wonder if that's in the game too. You can hear guitar riffs when she does her ultimate, because this is basically her ultimate in highlight intro form. This is very cool. Definitely the better of the two in my honest opinion. I mean, like, both of them are excellent, I will say. Gosh, I just love the guitar riff in the very beginning. That's just so good. And that's pretty much all the items that you can get with Junker Queen, besides, of course, the golden weapons here. Here is the shotgun. Here is her axe, and here is her jagged blade. I'm planning on doing a video of these, like I said at the beginning, with the other two characters, Kiriko and Sojourn, so look forward for that. There'll possibly be a link in the top right for you guys to look at, but as always, a big shout out to the members who make these videos possible. We got Clairvoyance, Rick Iglesias, Cameron, and Wishkeeper. These are the people who support me as little as $5 a month, and you can also support me as little as $5 a month by clicking the link in the comments or description or on the top right to become a member on YouTube or Patreon. The more members we have, the closer I get to becoming full-time, which means more videos for you guys. As always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I hope you all have a great day.
And the last shall be first to immerse in a pass out heat, facing him out with a moxie melt till he woke up drowning in tchotchke hell. War in a cave with a torch on a wall, then a window arrangement of porcelain dolls.